Hey Kim,
Okay.
so I
Hi.
just wanted to say I'm sorry for your losses this week.
Yeah, thanks. It's been a weird, and all within a week we've had three. So, not me personally closely touched, but the people close to me have been touched by them.
Yeah.
And so, it's hard to watch other people. Oh my gosh, it's hard to watch people go through it. Um, but I thought that this would be a good time for us to kind of how do you have that conversation with a I don't know 3 to 6 year old? Do you have to have that conversation? Because even though I lost my son when he was super young, he was only 2. My daughter was not, I don't think, even a year at the time when he passed, so I didn't really have to have that conversation. But as the two have grown up, I've like I was saying, there's a presence that's not there anymore, that they understand that there is a third child even though they've never really known him. um and then they were adults when their dad passed, so I've never really had to contemplate that conversation, and I'm just wondering, if is that a conversation you really need to have, especially where we're focused on 0 to 6 or 3 to 6 even. Is that a conversation you have to have? And how would you have it? And is there a right or wrong way to do it? And I feel like, because I am faith-based, that maybe that's just why we're okay. And that movie All Dogs Go to Heaven comes to mind, because my kids loved that movie.
Charlie.
Charlie. But I think that actually helped with kind of the imagery and the that conversation that I would have had with my kids, because they see that. And I don't know, maybe it's just the way we all feel comfortable with our personal interpretation of heaven. But I was just wondering, it's like, how do you have that conversation? I don't know that I
That's
could.
that's a great question. And then back to what you were saying, we're focusing on 3 to 6. And yes and no. Okay. So the basically kids 2 and under, I mean, you could talk to them about anything and it's like most of the
Right.
words even like
Hmm.
um but when you get 3 is still a little bit too young. 4 to 6, that's when they start to understand the concepts. 7 is when it really starts to hit home, and then between 8 and 12 is when other concepts, and so there are different levels of understanding what death means across the board. The finality of it, the fact that it's not reversible, that's a concept that they're not going to be able to understand until they're in that 4 to 6 age range.
Hmm.
Okay, and then like the also the idea that the body, no longer works. Like
Yeah.
you can't get up
Yeah.
and walk around. You can't do any, like the body is defunct at that point. Again, that's at the same. Actually, I don't even know that 4-year-olds typically understand that. That's a little bit older. And then the last one is the universality of it. Like death happens. This is a part of life. That one
Hmm.
doesn't really hit home until like 9. So you've
Oh,
got different levels of understanding. You've got the,
okay.
and everybody, we always forget, like, we want to talk to these kids. I see so many talking to them like they're little people.
Hmm.
Yes, they're little people, but their brains are not like hardwired yet the way they're going to be. And so even
Hmm.
understanding simple things like, and it's not a simple thing, that's the problem. Like
Yeah.
there's very little, like we understand the physiological aspects of death, but we don't have any idea spiritually what happens.
Hmm.
So getting to that part of it, that's another piece of the puzzle.